guys, Robbery46 here, welcome yourselves back to Ride 2. Now it is round 2 of the Supersport League on the Xbox One, which means we are racing at Monza. It's going to be a very interesting race. It's a really high speed circuit. Obviously we got a few chicanes in there as well, so hopefully it will make for some good racing. Now let's go over and start the race. So here we go. Onto the grid on my trusty Suzuki. Let's get this race underway. Off we go. Off the line. It wasn't a great start for me. I actually got pretty swamped. Was down to 5th place. Even further, down to 6th. Into the first chicane. Everyone taking it nice and easy through there. Making sure there's no collisions or crashes or anything. I think everyone got through there pretty cleanly. So we're down to 5th place at the moment, just behind Morgan. Front 3 already got a little breakaway going on. And my Suzuki wasn't feeling as good as what it did in the in time trial. Tried to get ahead of Morgan, but lost a couple of positions, back down to 6th place. Into the right-hander, Morgan goes a bit wide and takes Mr. Troyolo with him. Managed to get up to 4th place. First and second breaking away. Trying to get in the slipstream of 3rd place. So I knew that the Kawasaki's were going to be a problem for this race just because of their straight line speed. Suzuki's struggling a little bit, although there is a Suzuki in 2nd place at the moment. Big jump there for Surfing Kid, so we go past him into 3rd place. But look at that gap already to the leading pair. Mr. Troyolo didn't have the best of entrances to the quick chicane coming up. He tries to go around the outside of Morgan, has a little touch with him, and then ends up in the gravel. Doesn't come off his bike, so manages to stay on. Someone comes past, but then they go wide, and Mr. Troyolo manages to get past. So back with me, end of the first lap. That gap up to Nicole with loads of L's is growing, but he's just gone into the lead. He's actually on a Suzuki. And at the moment, he is the strongest Suzuki out there, managing to stick with Morland97, who's on the Kawasaki 636. And unfortunately for me, in 3rd, I was starting to have a queue of them getting close to me. Except my Suzuki just didn't feel as good with my setup on. It was doing things that it wasn't doing in time trial, which made me make few little mistakes. We've got a tiny gap to 4th and 5th place, but the gap to the front was growing. Went in there too deep, even though I was braking at exactly the same place as what I was in time trial. I was still going in there too hot. It just wasn't working for me. Couldn't get into a good rhythm. Going wide here onto the curb, losing a bit of traction and a bit of drive. 4th place was almost right with me. It wasn't going well. I knew I wasn't going to catch the leaders at this point, so it was going to be a battle for 3rd place to the end. It just wasn't happening. Just couldn't even put in a decent lap. Just trying to stay ahead. The leaders were long gone. Surfing Kid still right behind me. Final corner through the Parabolica. The leaders still battling. What I was hoping is that the leaders was going to start battling and slowing each other down a little bit to help everyone close up. Skipping forward to lap number 5 now. It's because not much happened on lap number 4. It's halfway round lap number 5, and we were reeling in 2nd place. Morland97 on the Kawasaki, he had a pretty decent gap over second place, but we were starting just to catch up to him, and it was actually Mr. Troyolo who was behind me now in 4th place. Surfing Kid had dropped back, but now I was trying to catch second place, and you'll see a dot there, and we are about to go past who was the leader. It was Moreland97 who had a bit of an accident, and past we go into second place. Try to go around the outside, but he starts leaning on my rear wheel, which loses me drive completely. So back down to 3rd, now trying to use a slipstream, but because the Kawasaki's so quick in a straight line, slipstream not really working for me. Revving out at 170. Was thinking about outbraking him, but I thought better of it. I didn't want to end up collecting him. So 3rd place. Nicola was in the lead, but not that far ahead. Like I said, we were catching him, and now we've got Moreland just ahead of us. So what was going to unfold for the rest of the race? Into the chicane. Trying to stay with the Kawasaki, but that thing gets out of corners really well. And we're both closing down on the leader. Mr. Troyolo was right behind us as well, so it was going to be a 4-way battle very soon for the lead. That Kawasaki was going to be all over that Suzuki very soon. Through the flip-flop. Get the best of exit as out there. That Kawasaki was almost with him. In fact, he was looking to go past, and he did go up the inside. Nicole trying to get back past. Both going very wide. So 1.1 second with gap up to second place. They're just out of reach at the moment. It was looking like they were going to be out of reach for the rest of the race, but Nicole went in there a bit too deep. Tried to get past Moreland, and that enabled me to close in a little bit. This is what I was hoping for, these two to keep battling, just to slow them down a bit. Keep making little mistakes as well, trying to outbrake each other and stuff. This one goes wide, the other one cuts back, and we are almost right with them now. As they go into this one, Moreland touches the inside barrier and bounces off, and then I do the same as well, being distracted by them. And when he'd done that, he crashed into Nicole, and down they both went. So we were now in the lead with Mr. Troyolo on another Suzuki just behind me, and we still had a few laps to go yet, so this race was by far but over. Into the flip-flop. At the moment everything was working out alright, even though I wasn't 100% comfortable with my bike. It didn't feel that great, but it was doing the job at the moment. You can see how quickly that Kawasaki starts catching on the straights. So Moreland97 was almost right with us again. So was Nicole. Almost right with us. So trying to keep it nice and clean. Lap number 8. But that Kawasaki don't have close in down the straights. That's straight line speed. We knew it was going to be difficult to beat here. And the battle was not over yet. Suzuki's has slight better handling. but when it comes to top speed, that Kawasaki has got it well and truly trumped. Through the chicane, decent exit out of there. Myself and Mr. Troyolo just trying to keep going. Obviously we didn't want to start battling because that would let them close up even quicker. And that's not what we wanted. It was getting very close. Everything just closing up a little bit, corner by corner. Mr. Troyolo got a really good drive out of there, and he was on me, used the slipstream and came past. So we were down to second, and I thought I'm going to outbrake him, and managed to get back under him. But of course, the racing took over. Instead of just thinking, right, just stick with him, use his slipstream and everything, ended up slowing us down a little bit, but back through he came to start the penultimate lap, lap number 9. And again, trying to use this slipstream, but I thought better of it about outbraking him. I thought I'll just stick with him, see if the Suzukis can pull away from that Kawasaki. Use his slipstream just to gain momentum. And I actually managed to get alongside him. And then I thought, I don't want to crash right now. So back through he came. That Kawasaki, you can hear it. Into this corner. Warland went in too hot, touched my rear, and he went down. Nicole, I think, had a crash a bit earlier on. He was a bit further back now. So it was going to be a straight battle between myself and Mr. Troyolo to the line. Because we've still got one more lap to go. And my slipstream just picking up. Of course, I had the advantage of slipstream. So did I want to do it early and try and break away? Or should I leave it to the last part of the last lap? It's going to be a tough decision. I was going to definitely try something. So, here we are. Start, finish straight. Time to get in the slipstream. But was it wise to do it at the beginning of the lap, giving him opportunity to come back through later on in the lap? Was gaining. Of course, had to be earlier on the brakes just because we're carrying that extra speed. And then of all the times to pull a wheelie on the last lap, lost me a little bit of drive. And that was one opportunity gone. We were really close to him, and now he's got a little bit of breathing space. Now just had to see if we can get some good exits at the corners, but he was keeping that gap honest. Could we get a good run out of this corner and get in his slipstream like last time? No, I fucked it up and went wide on the curb. That lost me some drive. You see that third place that Kawasaki was gaining. Could I get a good exit through here, which could maybe bring me up to Mr. Troyolo? He went on the curb a little bit. I was hoping that was going to slow him down a little bit, but it didn't. I didn't get the best of runs out. And it was 0.9. So that gap was too big for me to breach. Closed up in the final corner, went a little bit wide. That enabled me to get a better run out. But unfortunately, it wasn't going to be. So the victor this week goes to Mr. Troyolo on the Suzuki, followed by myself on the Suzuki. Two Suzukis ahead of the dominating Kawasaki. Then we had Nicole in 4th place, unfortunately for him, because he was showing some really good speed. Surfing Kid 18 ended up in 5th place, the other Kawasaki. Chutney ended in 6th, Morgan 7th, and then we just wait for the last two to finish, or the time of the finish. And I believe it will be Biker who comes home in 8th place and Blunt Scooter in 9th. However, I did set a rule of people not being able to change their bike through the season. So whatever bike you started on had to be the bike you finished the season on. And unfortunately, Chutney BMX in 6th place. In the first race, he was on a Triumph Daytona 675. And in this race, he was on an MV Augusta F3 675. So unfortunately, because he changed bike, and I did set the rule, he is disqualified from the race. So everyone who finished below Chutney BMX will finish 1 place above. So Morgan will be in 6th, Biker 7th, and Blunt Scooter in 8th. So that is the end of the second Supersport race. Let's have a look at the championship. I'm still in the lead at the moment with 45 points, but it is Mr. Troyolo in 2nd place now, closely behind with 41 points, just 4 points behind me. Warland 97 moves down to 3rd place with 36. 10 points behind him is Nicola Lololo with 26 points. Surfing Kid 18 moves up to 5th with 22. Morgan moves up to 6th with 19. Blunt Scooter 7th with 16. Biker, who luckily actually managed to do the race this time and didn't have any connection issues, was 8th with 13 points. And Chutney BMX, who doesn't get any points whatsoever because he did change bikes, and that is a disqualification, is in 9th place with 10 points. So that is it for round 2. The next race will be on Monday the 30th of January, and that will be at the Franciacorta Daniel Bonara circuit, which is going to be quite interesting because it's a really bumpy circuit, so it's going to be an interesting race, really tight and twisty. But yeah, that is it from me, guys. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to leave this video a like if you enjoyed it. Subscribe to my channel for more content, and I shall see you guys in the next video. See you!